Suburban Sentinel here with a video gives me great pain to have to make. Shown on the screen there is my Stag Model 2T Southpaw Edition modern sporting semi-automatic rifle manufactured right here in Connecticut. As of last week, it is now illegal to sell or transfer this and many firearms just like it to any person or entity within the state of Connecticut. As many of you know, Connecticut recently enacted the most strict and draconian gun laws in the nation. Now you may say, well, who cares? Doesn't really matter. Connecticut is a very small state among some very big ultra-liberal states. And I wish that Connecticut didn't matter, but it does. President O'Blabla and our national clown, Joe Two Blast Biden, and the other gun grabbers in the federal legislature want to use Connecticut as a role model for other states. And I will leave a link in the comments section below for a video that I put up with a brief overview of Connecticut's most harsh and, in my opinion, unconstitutional gun laws. My fear, which I wholeheartedly believe is well-founded, is that these laws will spread to other states and be used to justify further national legislation against ownership and the use of firearms. In response to these draconian laws, one might say, well, just vote the politicians out. Unfortunately, I don't see that as a viable option. The gun laws, as horrible as they are in Connecticut, received overwhelming bipartisan support in the state legislature. Another option is challenging these gun laws in court, and those lawsuits are already in process. However, I have very little confidence that the laws would be repealed based on a legal challenge, and even if the gun owners of this state were successful, it could be tied up in court for years, if not decades. So what can we do that may have a more immediate impact? I believe that we should treat Connecticut, my home state, like a cancerous tumor. So I would like to share the 4 strategies that I have for dealing with this metaphorical tumor. The first is population. Of course, the more population a state has, the more influence it has on the national scene. The last thing we need is the state of Connecticut getting another seat in the House of Representatives. Now you may say, well, the legislation you're talking about was only at the state level. And that's true. However, our national representatives wholeheartedly supported these state measures, and I believe they will do everything in their power to cooperate with the Obama administration in spreading these gun laws. So the solution with respect to this strategy is very simple. If you're a Connecticut resident, move the hell out. And I know, believe me, I know, that's a lot easier said than done. I've been here for decades and my wife is a native. It will not be easy to leave, but we've committed to do it, and we've already put our home on the market. Second strategy is deprive the state of income tax revenue. Again, the solution to that is pretty simple. If you're a Connecticut resident, move out if you can. Especially if you're a business owner. If you own a small business within the state of Connecticut, move it to a more gun-friendly state. I know that is much easier said than done. My wife and I each own very small businesses, and we're going to have to relocate both to another state. It's a big job, and I get that, but I believe it's something that really needs to be done. My third strategy is to deprive the state of economic activity. The firearms industry has deep roots in Connecticut. Colt Manufacturing, Sturm Ruger, Mossberg, Stag Arms, and its parent company, Continental Machine, all are based in Connecticut, among others. In my opinion, we should encourage those companies and other firearm suppliers to move out of the state of Connecticut. Many of these companies are already talking about it, but I think we should give our express support. In the comments section below, I put the website contact information for some of the larger Connecticut firearms companies, along with a copy of a form letter I sent to a bunch of manufacturers in Connecticut. Feel free to copy and paste that form letter verbatim, pluck sections out of it, tweak it, change it, whatever you want to do. It's open for your use. I just encourage everybody to tell your firearms manufacturers how you feel on the subject of Connecticut's gun laws. Fourth strategy is to make things difficult for the state of Connecticut from a law enforcement perspective. I'm encouraging any and all firearms and accessory manufacturers to stop doing business with Connecticut state agencies. Personally, I will give every supplier who refuses to do business with Connecticut and other gun-grabbing states preferred status for any of my consumer purchases. So there you have it. Those are my 4 strategies, and it breaks my heart to have to do this. This is the very ground upon which the Continental Army fought so hard for our fundamental liberties, and we have ceded these fundamental liberties to a few obnoxious and ignorant politicians. So this is the Suburban Sentinel coming to you from the once great Constitution state known as Connecticut. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. Keep the faith, everybody.